So we're going to play all the many techniques that we're going to play with this evening can fit snugly into three categories: channels, winds, and drops, also known as energy work; slice through, also known as mindfulness and meditation; and leap over, also known as passive contemplation. We're going to begin with channels, winds, and drops, also known as energy work. In Tibetan, that is known as tikle. As the tip of our left index finger supports the great knuckle at the base of our right index finger, palms up in our lap, let us practice the third enlightenment factor's energy work, also known as bliss and letting go, in such a manner that it feels as if the force itself is giving us a kiss on the top of our head. Let's make sure that everything's copacetic and continue. This bronze represents us, the meditator. This red Buddha literally represents our teacher or our teachers, or figuratively simply the teachings themselves. No, our job is not to practice superstitious belief or exhaust ourselves with visualization. All we need to do, the most efficient thing, is to simply form the following 6-syllable chant: Lama, come to pay crown. Lama, come to pay crown. Whoops, what's going on here? Lama, come to pay crown. One more time. Lama, come to pay crown. 2 more times. Lama, come to pay crown. Okay, that'll work. We're now going to slice through the tyranny of dualities, obscuring emotions of dread and desire. This is known in Tibetan as Trekcho, and known in English as either awareness and letting go or simply mindfulness and meditation. The simplest way to practice mindfulness is to silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this as we breathe in. And the easiest way to practice meditation, the most effective way, is for us to silently and mentally recite the verb rest as we feel air exit our nostrils. Let's take a moment to shift gears. It is Luke Skywalker Friday evening. At least it is in my corner of the globe. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible. Whoopsie, got a little ahead of myself. Let us meditate like a Jedi after about 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Sende Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I could become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. Let us leap over Here we go. Whoops. Okay, let us leap over pride's obstructions to omniscience. This is known in some Tibetan circles as Tokal or Tokal. In English, we could describe this as passive contemplation or simply the wisdom of letting go. Let's practice the holocron-like exercises of impermanence, interdependence, and emptiness. So I'm going to chant, and you are welcome to chant with me if you wish. Rather than indulge or controlling tendencies with the follies of active visualization, emotion, magic, and belief, we could just recite these wise words in harmony with our breathing and allow our subconscious to do the heavy lifting. Let us therefore sidestep the rigidity that confuses metaphors or statements literal, and instead relax into the flexibility that savors the chance explaining metaphors as similes. We shall begin by bringing our experience. So the Buddha was fond of explaining how all experiences can fit into 4 categories: the circumstantial, the physical, the interpersonal, and the mental. We're going to begin with the circumstantial. We're going to begin by bringing the circumstantial into the path of the wisdom of letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, the circumstances or lots we saw during our previous inhalation could feel as impermanent and interdependent. One moment. As if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this body or form. Let us divide the silent and mental recitation of this 6-syllable synopsis between our inhalation and our exhalation. Home, outline. Okay. Well, good grief. I'm having so much trouble with my butterfingers right now. How do I fix this? Wow, that was lame. Okay. Let us now bring our experience of the physical into the path of the wisdom of letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, the bodies or forms we feel during or previous inhalation could feel as impermanent and interdependent, as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this communication or speech. Into speech, all forms melt. Let us now bring our experience of the interpersonal into the path of the wisdom of letting go. As we relax into our exhalation, the experience of the interpersonal speech or communication we had during our previous inhalation could feel as impermanent and interdependent as if it could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into this mind. Into mind, all speech melts. In addition to bringing our experience of the mental into the path of the wisdom of letting go, we're going to deconstruct the metaphor of emptiness by converting it into a simile. As we relax into our exhalation, these minds could feel as impermanent and interdependent as if they could blissfully melt into rainbow light that could delightfully absorb into our vast empty void, like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although could look tantalizing to the eye, could feel non-graspable to the hand. Into void, all minds melt. Now do not be shy. The moment you have a specific question about Buddhist or Taoist philosophy or meditation, simply type your question in great detail in the chat window. Let us now slice through the tyranny of dualities obscuring emotions of dread and desire. In some Tibetan circles, this exercise is known as Trek Cho. In English, this could be described either as awareness and letting go, or simply mindfulness and meditation. As we feel air enter our nostrils, silently and mentally, we could recite the demonstrative pronoun this. As we feel air exit our nostrils, silently and mentally, we could recite the verb rest. Every time we breathe in, we are wired to automatically cooperate with our sympathetic nervous system in the middle bit of our spinal cord. It has evolved to help us to notice in a very special way. It has evolved to help us to vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception. Seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting, smelling, and the like, including the full spectrum of human emotions, intentions, cognitions, recollections, and imaginings. All manner of phenomena, from the external to the internal, from the physical to the mental, from the pleasurable to the painful, from the interesting to the boring, from the glorious to the grotesque. The job is not to push away at painful emotions or reach for pleasurable ones. As we relax into our exhalation, whatever sadness or joy we might have noticed during our previous inhalation could feel as if they were melting into the simplicity of just emotion, just energy. We come to our this evening's second and final practice of channels, winds, and drops, known in Tibetan as Jigme. Known in English as bliss and letting go, or simply energy work. Whoops, I think I made a mistake here. This bronze statue represents us, the meditator. This little red Buddha represents either our teacher, our teachers, plural, or metaphorically the teachings themselves. Is the tip of our left middle finger, supports the great knuckle at the base of our right middle finger, palms up, and our lap. Let us practice the third enlightenment factor's energy work, also known as bliss and letting go, in such a manner that it could feel like the force itself is giving us a hug. To do this, we require neither superstitious faith nor exhausting visualizations. The most efficient way of practicing this is to simply chant the following 6 syllables. Lama blend with this mind. 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 Let us now slice through the tyranny of duality's obscuring emotions of dread and desire. This is known in some Tibetan circles as Trek Cho, in English as awareness and letting go, or simply mindfulness and meditation. As we feel our chest swell, we could silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this. As we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the verb rest. Let us leap over jealousy's obstructions to omniscience. In some Tibetan circles, this is known as tokal. In English, this could be described as love and letting go, or yet another form of passive contemplation. Let us practice the holocron-like exercises of love and letting go. We'll begin by chanting an explanation of this 10-syllable mantra. There are many. This is the one I like. Om symbolizes mindfulness, Tade symbolizes spiritual liberation. Tade symbolizes physical liberation, Ture symbolizes blessing. Soa symbolizes the wish that all beings master such dynamic kindness. Let us bring our experience of the mental into the path of love, the second fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. What follows is not prayers to a real or imagined entity, but rather we're using words and sounds to exercise the neural pathways that support empathy. May all minds of all beings know me as joyfully enlightened or Bodhi as the mind of a real or imagined Buddha symbolized by a bija one syllable seed mantra tamati claim drop. Bodhi joy for all minds. The key to getting the most out of mantra meditation is not contriving emotion or forcing a visualization. Au contraire, to truly practice the union of love and letting go, we're going to practice three things. As we breathe in, we're going to silently and mentally recite the 6-syllable wish, Bodhi joy for all minds. As we exhale, we're going to physically relax as best we can while striving to chant the 10-syllable mantra 4 times per breath for a total of 4 breaths. Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa. Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa. Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa. Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa, Om Dade Du Dade Du Re Sowa. May already. Oh, yes. So now we're going to bring our experience of the interpersonal into the path of love, the third fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all relationships, communication, all speech of all beings know me as peacefully loving as a real Ramajan Buddha speech or communication symbolized by this horizontal and suitable mantra. Peaceful love for all speech. Om Dare Nare Nure Sowa, 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 Om Dare Nare Nure Sowa. Om Dhare 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 Suva, 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 Om Dhare 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 Suva. Let us bring our experience of the physical into the path of love, the fourth fold of the Buddha's Eightfold Path. May all bodies or forms of all beings now enjoy the beautiful health is depicted in Buddha statuary of the blissful body of a Devi or Yadam, an archetype of enlightenment such as Green Tara. Beauty, health for all forms. Om Dhare 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 Suva, 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 Om Dhare 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 Suva. Let us bring the circumstantial into the path of love, the fifth fold of the Buddha's eightfold path. May all circumstances, all lots of all beings know have this safety, great fortune, or boon. As a Buddha's real or imagined paradise, pure land or Vati. Great fortune for all lots. Excuse me. Om Dani Nu Nani Nu Re Suwa. 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 We conclude with this evening's final practice, wherein we slice through the tyranny of duality's obscuring emotions of dread and desire. In some Tibetan circles, this is described as Trekcho. In English, it can be described simply as awareness and letting go, or mindfulness and meditation, these seventh and eighth folds of the Buddha's Eightfold Path that generate the effortless effort or wu wei of the sixth fold's expedient means. Each time we feel our chest swell with air, silently and mentally we could recite the demonstrative pronoun this. Each time we feel our chest subtly sink as gently we exhale, we could silently and mentally recite the verb rest. In our compassion, may we long to free all beings from the toxic tyranny of dread, desire, and delusion, metaphorically known as the three mental poisons. In all pragmatism, may all liberation of all others be fueled by the three wish-fulfilling jewels of following the Buddha's example, applying his instructions, and cooperating with his students. Having sat for the better part of an hour, we could find it refreshing to conversationally recite the 8-syllable synopsis of those last 2 pages. May we free all through the 3 jewels, while performing Tibetan-inspired squat thrusts. This is, of course, utterly optional. Okay, here we go. May we free all through thee, three jewels. May we free all through thee, three jewels. May we free all through thee, three jewels. Let's do some body weight rows. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's first session of Tantric Chanting and Meditate like a Jedi. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.